Hello, welcome to the Advanced Instruments training on the GPR 2900 oxygen analyzer percent level. Now, we will be going over calibration and also just maintenance on the analyzer. Now, when you first receive this unit, you will get the oxygen sensor, the flow-through adapter, the main module, and the interconnecting cables both for the power and for the sensor itself. Now, when you first receive the unit, you want to power on to confirm that the electronics is functioning correctly. Now, as you can see on the menu, the system does a startup test when power is first received to the unit. Confirm that all tests are passed. Once that happens, you're going to be taken to the main screen of the analyzer. Right now, we're reading 0%, which is what you should be reading when you first power this unit on. Now, if you notice, you're on auto sampling at the 1% range. For default, the analyzer will be auto sampling, and you can change that later, but for now this is acceptable for air calibration. You can also notice that you'll see the temperature, pressure, and alarm values. We'll go over how to change the alarm values later on in this video, but for now we will do a new sensor install. Now, when you receive the oxygen sensor, it will be bagged as so. You can open up the bag and remove the sensor, and you'll have the sensor as you see here. Now, make sure all your connections on the back are correct, and make your connection to the sensor from the main module to the oxygen sensor. Now, you'll see there are actually ridges that correspond to the pins to allow you to connect correctly from the sensor to the main module. Now, when you make your connection, you can just slide it in, and you'll see the analyzer respond. It will take a few moments to get to a full stable reading, but you can just wait and you'll see the range on the analyzer, confirming that the analyzer is looking through the various ranges to get a final output reading. Now, with this percent analyzer, we can perform an ambient air calibration. What you want to do is confirm your connections are solid and you have a valid reading. No one sensor is produced the same and will have varying outputs. Thus, when you first install your sensor, you may not read 20.9. Do not be alarmed, as that's what the calibration is for. You just want a healthy sensor that will respond to oxygen, as we see here. Now, to perform our calibration, we hit the menu button, which will take us to the main menu of the analyzer. Calibration is already highlighted, and you can hit enter to go to the calibration menu. Now, when you first do a sensor installation, it is recommended to perform a default span and a default 0. When you're at default 0, press enter, and you see factory default set. This essentially eliminates any prior calibrations done to the analyzer at the factory and is advised to be done when you install a sensor. Repeat the process with the default span option, hit enter, and again, factory default set will appear. Once that is done, scroll up to span calibration and hit enter. As you can see, the value 20.9 is already preset at the factory. This is done because this is the amount of oxygen present in ambient air. If you would like to change that, you can hit the up or down buttons to change the value. However, for this air calibration, 20.9 will do. You press enter to scroll through each digit, and once you are complete, you'll get taken to a menu that looks like the home screen. This is done to show you the actual live output of the sensor reading in the air, and it will give you two options. 1, hit enter to calibrate, or 2, menu to abort. You want to confirm that the reading is stable and take anywhere from 10 to 15 seconds to view the reading and confirm that it is not fluctuating. This is essential as you want a reading that is stable and correct on 20.9. Now, as you see, it went from 21.2 to 21.1, but is fairly stable now. Now we can press enter to calibrate. You'll get prompted if this is a new sensor. Hit down for no, up for yes. You will hit up for yes and press enter. You will get a confirmation on the new sensor. Again, push up for yes or 2 for no. You'll get a prompt that says calibration passed. After this calibration pass prompt, you'll be taken to the main menu where you will see the sensor reading at 20.9. If the sensor is bad or if the sensor is old, you will get a failed calibration prompt, and you will get kicked back to the main menu without the calibration being done. This is to prevent any faulty sensors to get calibrated to the unit. We will now go over configuring the alarms on this analyzer. Again, you hit menu to get taken to the main menu and scroll down to the configure alarms option. Press enter. There are two alarms with this analyzer that have relay connections on the back. Alarm 1 and Alarm 2. You also have the option of pulsing, which essentially, if you are tied into a system that is low powered and you only want to send a pulse signal, you hit enter and set your delay value. That will configure the alarms to pulse for that amount of time and then de-energize. You also have the options to make the alarms audible, and you can enter for no or enter for yes. And you have the option to bypass the alarms. If yes and is enabled, both alarm 1 and 2 will be bypassed and will not alarm. If you hit enter for no, both alarms become active. Now, we scroll back up to alarm 1 and press enter. We have a set point at 2% at mode low. These can both be changed and are user configurable. You press enter and you are prompted to the screen to change your values. Again, you hit up or down to change the level and enter to change your decimal point. Continue to hit enter to exit that screen and set your value. You also have the option to set the mode for either low or high. Right now the alarm is set at 2% low. So if the reading were to drop below 2% oxygen, the alarm would trigger. Hit enter to set to high, and again enter to set to low. We also have a delay option, which is currently set at 1 minute. You hit enter, and again you are taken to the screen where you can configure the values and enter your time in minutes that you would like the alarm to trigger once it has passed the set point. Again, hit enter to exit the screen and get taken back to the alarm 1 menu. You also have the option of latching alarms. This allows the alarms to, once energized, stay energized until a user physically comes to the unit and releases the alarm. This will de-energize the relay and allow the system to go back into a non-alarm state. Hit enter for yes, again enter for no. You also have the fail-safe option. Enter for yes, enter for no. The fail-safe option allows the relay to be energized on non-alarmed states and de-energized in alarmed states. This is used if you would like to have a power failure option, or if your analyzer loses power, to have a backup to seal any type of connection you have to the alarm. And your last option is enabled. Enter for no, enter for yes. This allows you to enable either alarm 1 or alarm 2, or disable both alarms. Once you have done your configuration, you can hit menu and are taken back to the configure alarm screen. If you scroll down to alarm 2 and press enter, you have all the options as alarm 1, and you can set your alarm mode to either high or low, delay, latching, fail-safe, and enabled. These are all user configurable and up to your process to determine what is the best levels for your application. Another new feature we have added to the GPR 2900 series is the option to view history of the sensor. You scroll down to your view history menu from the main menu screen and hit enter. Now, remember when we were prompted to enter yes if it was a new sensor? This is for the view history screen. Once a new sensor is installed, the value will be recorded of that sensor. You will see your max level, your minimum level, and your average level of oxygen when you first installed the sensor. Right now we have max at 25% roughly, and average at 20.1%. Again, that is scroll down to view history, press enter, and you are looking at this screen here. If you would like to clear the history without doing a calibration, just press enter. No, you will be prompted with reset history. Up for yes, again up for no. If you would like to clear your history, press up for yes and hit enter. Now, when you go back to the view history screen, everything will be defaulted to the current value that is at now and will be taking history from the moment you cleared it. Press menu to escape and taken back to the home screen. Another nice feature with this new software upgrade is the System Options menu. From your main menu, scroll down to System Options and press Enter. You will have two options, Security and Define Ranges. We will go over Security for now. You press Enter and you're taken to the Security menu. From here, you have the option to passcode lock your analyzer. This essentially allows a 4-digit passcode to lock the analyzer from any other users but yourself. This is ideal if you're in an environment where other people can access the analyzer and possibly disturb the settings without your knowledge. You go to passcode lock and hit enter. Now the system is passcoded lock. You must hit menu and it will ask for your passcode. You enter your passcode. As with the previous screens, up and down to change your value, enter to change your digit, and you hit enter. Once your passcode is set, you'll be taken to the main menu. Again, go to System Options, Security. We currently have Auto Lock off. If you would like the system to default to passcode lock, enter yes, and set your delay in minutes. When there is no button press for the amount of time set, the system will passcode lock itself. You can also set the passcode by pressing enter on set passcode and enter whatever value you would like on the analyzer for the 4-digit passcode lock. Under the Systems Options menu, you also have the option for Define Ranges. If we select enter, we see on the Define Ranges menu we have Edit Ranges, Default Range option, a Default Delay Range option, and a Out of Range option. We'll go over the Edit Ranges option. If you go to the Edit Range option, you can see this analyzer comes standard with 4 ranges, 1%, 5%, 10%, and 25%. These ranges can all be user configurable. And if we go to the 5% range option and select enter, we are taking the screen where we could adjust the value of the range using up, down, and enter. We like to set it to 7, or we can set it back to 5. Select enter, and that value is saved under the Edit Ranges options, as you can see there. This is ideal to match your 4 to 20 output with a certain range of interest that you would like. Again, all 4 ranges can be changed. However, do note, though, that your lowest range cannot be over the next range above. We also have the option for a default range. A default range is the option if you would like the analyzer to default to a range when no key press is selected within a certain amount of time. This is ideal if you are configuring the analyzer and would like to have your range set at, say, 10% to have your 4 to 20 line up to the 10% range. The default delay is currently set at 10 minutes, so within 10 minutes of no key presses, the range will automatically switch to the 10% range. Again, this is ideal if you have service technicians working on the analyzer and you would like to ensure that the range of interest is set once they are done with the analyzer. You also have the out of range option. This is your output range option, and if you select enter, it scrolls through the ranges that are with the analyzer, and currently it is unlocked. That means your 4 to 20 output will stay at whatever current range you're in right now. If you would like to lock that range in to, say, 1%, your 4 to 20 will always be at the 0 to 1% range, regardless of what the screen is showing. This is ideal if you have alarms set off your 4 to 20 and you would not like to trigger those alarms when doing calibration or just regular maintenance on the analyzer. That goes over the security and the define ranges options on the system options menu. If you just select a menu and exit out, you'll be taken back to the main screen where your sampling of the gas is being done. Thank you for your time, and if you have further questions that this video does not address, please feel free to call us or email us. We'll be happy to assist you. Have a good day.